Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Balik lagi bersama saya Novali Fabianarci. Kali ini saya akan melakukan sebuah hands-on lagi pada sebuah lab yang berjudul Guide Lab, yaitu Automating Infrastructure Deployment with AWS CloudFormation. Lab overview and objective: deploying infrastructure in a consistent, reliable manner is difficult. It requires people to follow documented procedure without taking any undocumented shortcut. It can also be difficult to deploy infrastructure after hours when fewer staff are available. AWS CloudFormation changes the situation by defining infrastructure in a template that can be automatically deployed, even an automated schedule. In this lab, you learn how to deploy multiple layers of infrastructure with AWS CloudFormation, update a CloudFormation stack, and delete a stack while retaining some resource. After completing this lab, you should be able to do the following: use AWS CloudFormation to deploy a virtual private cloud networking layer, use AWS CloudFormation to deploy an application layer that reference the networking layer, explore template with AWS CloudFormation Designer, delete a stack that has a deletion policy. Duration this lab require approximately 20 minutes to complete. AWS service restriction. Okay. Task 1. Deploy a networking layer. It's best practice to deploy infrastructure layer. Common layer include the following: network, Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, database, application. This way, template can be reused between systems. For example, you can deploy a common network topology between development, test, and production environment, or deploy a standard database for multiple applications. In this task, you deploy an AWS CloudFormation template that create a networking layer by using Amazon VPC. 4. Open the context right-click menu for the following link and download the template to your computer. Networking.yaml. If you want, you can open the template in the text editor to see how the AWS resources are defined. We see AWS template formation version, description, network template, sample template that create a VPC with DNS public IPs enable. AC2 VPC prototype, enable DNS support 2, enable DNS support through CIDR block. Internet gateway, public routable, public subnet. Output public subnet, the subnet ID to use for public web server. Public subnet export name AWS statement, subnet ID, VPC description, VPC ID. Oke, kita coba lanjut. If you want, you can open the template in the text editor to see how the AWS resources are defined. Template can be written in JSON or YAML. YAML is a markup language that is similar to JSON, but it's more convenient to read and edit. At the top of the AWS Management Console, in the search box, search for choose CloudFormation. Kita dulu AWS CloudFormation. AWS CloudFormation. Save. Kita masuk CloudFormation. Choose create stack with new resource standard and configure the setting. Configuration create stack with standard. Kita sudah masuk di CloudFormation. Kesini kita with resource standard. Step 1, create stack. Prepare template. Choose template is ready. Choose an template. Template source. Choose upload a template file. And then choose lab network YAML file that you download. Choose file, download, network, open, choose next. So save, click next. Step 2, specify stack detail. Stack name, lab network. Stack name, lab. I think we can do this lab network. Choose next. Save. Step 3, configure stack option. In the tag section, choose add new tag and configure the following key application. Kita next, add new tag, key-nya application, value-nya inventory. Choose next. Step 4, review and create. Kita klik next, lalu kita review and create. Specify template, stack name, lab network, key-nya application, value inventory, lalu kita submit. The template is used by AWS CloudFormation to generate a stack of resources in the AWS account. The specified tags are automatically propagated to the resources that are created, which help identify resources that are used by a particular application. Choose the stack info tab. Wait for the status to change create complete. Status create in progress. Kita refresh, masih progress. You can now examine the resource that were created. Delete time, last check time, I am role, terminating processing, delete status, update time, create time, description, network template, sample template, create a VPC with DNS and public IPS enable. Kita tunggu. Oke, create has complete. masih sama. Choose resource. Di sini ada 8 resource jumlahnya, ada logical ID, physical ID, tipe dan status. Ada internet gateway, public root table, public subnet network, ACL access list association, public subnet root table association, VPC dan VPC gateway attachment. You see a list of the resources that were created by the template. If the list is empty, update the list by choosing refresh. Choose stack info, wait for the status to change, create complete. Choose the event tab and browse through the event. Create in progress. The event show from most recent to least recent the activities that were performed by AWS CloudFormation. Example events include starting to create a resource and then completing the resource creation. Any errors that were encountered during the creation of the stack is listed in this lab. Choose the output tabs. Choose the output tabs. Oh, tunggu sebentar. The event show from most recent to least recent the activities that were performed by AWS CloudFormation. Example event include starting to create a resource and then complete the resource creation. Any errors that were encountered during the creation of the stack is listed in this lab. Oh, jadi event ini semua tempat kumpul pesan-pesan dari yang termasuk dari starting, creating, and completing resource. Any errors were encountered during the creation of the stack list in this lab. Jadi dia akan di list di ini. Coba kita tapi lebih banyak di create complete ya. Kita masuk ke output. Di sini ada dua, public subnet dan VPC. A CloudFormation stack can provide output information such as IDs of specific resource and link to resource. The following two output are list public subnet, the ID of the public subnet that was created, for example subnet. Okay. VPC in the ID of the virtual private cloud VPC that was created, for example. Output can also be used to provide value to other stack. This is shown in the export name column. In this case, the VPC and subnet ID are give export name so that other stack can retrieve value. This other stack can then build resource inside the VPC and subnet that were just created. You use this value in the next task. Choose template lab. Masuk ke template. This tab show the template that was used to create the stack. This is the template that you upload while you creating the stack. Doesn't hesitate to examine the template and see the resource that were created. For explore the output section at the end. This section define its value to export. Nah, ini adalah tadi file YAML yang telah kita upload. Task 2, deploying an application layer. Now that you deploying the network layer, you will deploy an application layer that contains an Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud atau kita singkat Amazon EC2 instance and a security group. The AWS CloudFormation template imports the VPC and subnet ID from the outputs of the existing CloudFormation stack. Then it uses this information to create the security group in the VPC and the EC2 instance in the subnet. Open the context right-click menu for the following link and download the template to your computer. If you want, you can open the template in the text editor to see how resources are defined. Far boleh download. Jadi ini kayak versi kode yang kalau kita membuat instance, biasanya kan kita akan memilih instance tipenya, web security groupnya, subnetnya, tag, user data. Nah, for the top, choose create stack with new resource standard then configure the setting. Stack, create stack, resource standard, then configure the setting. Step 1, create stack, prepare template, choose template is already. Stack, create stack with new resource, with then configure this thing. Choose template is ready. Upload a template file, choose file, file yang application, and then choose the lab application.yaml file that you download, choose next. Save 10. Specify stack detail. Create stack, prepare template, choose template source, and choose file. Upload template file. Okay, specify the stack detail, stack name, lab application. Dan next kita buat namanya stack name-nya lab application. Notice the network stack name, lab network. Okay, choose next. The network stack name parameter tells the template the name of the first stack that you create. Lab network is so it can retrieve value from the outputs. Windows Shift S. Kita next. Step configuration. Configure stack option in the tag section. Choose add new tag. Add new tag. Key application. Value inventory. Choose next. Next, review and create. Choose submit. And create and submit. While the stack being created, examine the detail in the event tab and the resource tab. You can monitor the progress of the resource creation process and then resource status. In the stack info tab, wait for the status to change. Create complete. Your application is now ready. Even in resource status create in progress, resource net ada this volume, create complete, ada web service instance, ada security group. Oke, ada eventnya, ada this volume, web server instance. Aduh, silau sekali. Dah bikin saya lebih enak. Aduh. Oke, kita masuk ke stack info tab, wait for the status to change, create complete. Stack info sampai create in progress. Create in progress. Setelah kita pakai background putih saja. Kita tunggu sampai dia complete. A CloudFormation stack can use reference value for another CloudFormation stack. For example, this portion of the lab application template references the lab network template. The last line use the network stack name that you provide. Lab network. When the stack was created, it's important the value of the lab network VPC ID from the outputs of the first stack. It then inserts the value into the VPC ID field of the security group definition. The result in that the security group is created in the VPC that was created by the first stack. Here is another example which is in the CloudFormation template that you just used to create the application stack. This template code places the EC2 instance into the subnet that was created by the network stack. It takes a subnet ID from the lab network stack and uses it to the lab application stack to launch the instance into the public subnet which was created by the first stack. Kita cek dulu status create complete, kita masuk ke output. Control klik. Congratulations, you have successfully launched the AWS CloudFormation sample. Jadi formation ini lebih dia dengan satu kode dia bisa memunculkan website. Kita masuk ke task 3, updating a stack. AWS CloudFormation can also update stack that was deployed. When you update a stack, AWS CloudFormation will only modify or replace the resources that are being changed. Any resources that are not being changed will be left as is. In this task, you update the lab application stack to modify a setting in the security group. First, you examine the current setting for the security group. At the top of the AWS Management Console, in the search box, search for EC2 console. EC2. In the left navigation pane, in the network and security section, choose security group. Select the checkbox Lab Application and Web Server Security Group. Choose Inbound Rules. Inbound Rules kita lihat begini saja biar enak. Oke. Currently only one rules in the security group. That rules permit HTTP traffic. Yes, yang port terbuka ada port 80. You now return to AWS CloudFormation to update the stack. Look. CloudFormation. Open the context, right click menu of the following link and download the update template to your computer. In the template has additional configuration to permit inbound HTTPS traffic on port 3. IP protocol TCP from port 3 to port 443, say IDR 0.0.0.0/0. This is CloudFormation. From the service, menu at the top, choose CloudFormation. Open the context, right click from stack list of the AWS CloudFormation console, choose lab application. Choose update and configure the setting. What? Add application. kita milih update. Coba kita update stack. Prepare template to replace current template. Replace existing template. Coba kita cek dulu satunya, update template. Ini replace existing template. Re-upload a file. Kayaknya sama aja deh. Update stack, create a change set. Oh bukan, ini di change state, bukan update. Berarti update stack, make a direct update. Nah kita replace existing template, upload file, choose file, reproduction 2. Choose next. On each of the next 3 screen, go to review lab application. Save. Kita next. Kan kita next aja deh, next. Kita next, kita submit. Choose next on each of the next 3 screen to go review lab application page. Modify. Update in progress. Stack info. Update complete. Change preview. This change set preview indicate that AWS CloudFormation will modify the web server security group without need to replace it. Replacement false. This change set means that the security group will have a monitor change apply to it and no reference to the security group will need to change. To submit. Oh, in the stack info, wait and status check update complete. Update the status by choosing refresh every 50 seconds. If necessary, you can perform the change. Sudah kita ubah. Return to Amazon EC2 console and from the left navigation pane choose security group. Kita balik lagi, kayaknya kita mending duplikat aja deh. Duplikat, kita close yang ini, kita masuk ke EC2, kita masuk ke security groups. Kita milih web server, kita masuk ke inbound rules. Yap, sudah ada tipenya HTTPS dengan port. In the inbound tabs use the additional rule that allow HTTP traffic over TCP port 443. Note, this rule is added only to demonstrate the ability to update stack using CloudFormation template application is accessed on the port 18 only. This substack demonstrates how change can be deployed in a repeatable documented process. The AWS CloudFormation template can be stored in a source code repository such as AWS code commit. This way you can maintain version and a history of the template and infrastructure that were deployed. Task 4. Exploring template with AWS CloudFormation Designer is a graphic tool for creating, viewing, and modifying AWS CloudFormation template. With Designer, you can diagram your template resource by using a drag and drop interface, and then edit their detail through the integrated JSON and YAML editor. Whether you are new to AWS CloudFormation or an experienced AWS CloudFormation user, Designer can help you quickly see the interrelationship between a template's resource. It also enables you to easily modify template. In this task, you gain some hands-on experience with Designer. Kita pilih CloudFormation. In the left navigation pane, choose Designer. Where is the Designer? CloudFormation Designer. Oh. CloudFormation Stackset export. Di mana Designer? In the tip, you might need to expand the level pane. Choose by menu. Choose file menu. Open local. From the service menu, oh ini CloudFormation feature. What? Wait a minute. Apa kita ganti dulu ya jenisnya, coba. Okay, close. Hey, where is the CloudFormation? Okay, CloudFormation. Coba kita cari. Atau di sini ya, application. Tunggu sebentar. AWS CloudFormation. Automating gimana Cloud Designer-nya ya? Nah, oke, untuk sekarang kita coba skip dulu apakah mempengaruhi nilai atau tidak. Kita masuk ke deleting the stack. When resources are no longer required, AWS CloudFormation can delete the resource built for the stack. A deletion policy can also be specified against a resource. It can preserve or, in some cases, back up a resource when its stack is deleted. This feature is useful for retaining databases, disk, volume, and or any resource that might be needed after the stack is deleted. It can also be configured to retain important resource from getting deleted unintentionally. The lab application stack was configured to take a snapshot of Amazon Elastic Block Store or Amazon ABS disk volume before it's deleted. The code in the template that accomplish that configure is the following. The deletion policy in the final line directs AWS CloudFormation to create snapshot of the disk volume before is deleted. You now delete the lab application stack and see the result of this deletion policy. Return to the main console by closing at the top design page. Choose leave page is prompted in the list of stack. Choose lab application link. Stack lab application link. Choose delete on the delete stack dialog box. Choose delete. Kita choose delete. Save. Delete in progress. On the stack dialog box, choose delete. You can monitor the deletion process in the event tab and update the screen by choosing refresh occasionally. You might also see event log entry that indicate that the ABS snapshot include events. This volume deleting in progress, deleted complete at this moment. This mount point delete is initiated. You will now verify that the snapshot of ABS volume was created before the ABS volume was deleted. From the service menu, choose AC2. Cek dulu stack info. Delete in progress. Kita masih dalam progress. Masih in progress. Wait for the stack be deleted. It will disappear from the stack list. In progress. Delete complete. The application stack was removed, but the network stack remained untouched. This can reinforce the idea that different teams, for example, the network team or the application team, can manage their own stack. We will now verify that the snapshot of the ABS volume was created before the ABS volume was deleted. Snapshot create successful. Nah, ini dia. Di events dia ada pesan bahwa snapshotnya telah dibuat sebelum stacknya itu dihapus. From the service menu, choose AC2. In the left navigation pane, in the elastic block store section, choose snapshot. Block. Snapshot. Nah, you see a snapshot web data with a started time in the last few minutes and it changed to complete soon. Nah, ini dia complete web data snapshot. Submitting your work. Yes. Kita tunggu submitting work. Oke, 20/20 mungkin lab complete. Congratulations, you have complete the lab. At the top of this page, close and lab. Oke, mungkin cukup sekian hands on dari saya akhiri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.